Now, if somebody said, choke me, and you thought you heard them say choke me, and then you proceed to choke them, I can understand, oh, that's a misunderstanding. I thought you were telling me to choke you, but you didn't. So I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from. All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 0684, State of Texas versus Demetric Deshaun Jackson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks of the state of Texas.
Defense.
Lando Garza for the defendant.
All right, you entered a plea on April 19th of no contest, and you applied for probation, and you entered a plea on the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation. Punishments to be assessed at a cap of 7 years. The state opposes your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state? Defense?
I have, Your Honor.
All right. State, do you have any witnesses?
State has no witnesses.
Defense, any witnesses?
Just my client, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state your name for the record.
Demetric Jackson.
All right, you can lower your hand. Defense?
Can you please state your name for the record?
Demetric Jackson.
Demetric, you've applied for probation in this case, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell the court why you think you should be getting probation?
I'm very deserving of a second chance, and I want to be more helpful for my kids. Wow. It helped me stay more focused while I'm trying to rebuild what I lost for my kids.
Okay, this was an incident that occurred, and I believe you told me it was purely an accident, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you have any relationship with this woman?
No, sir.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry.
Okay.
How's an, I mean, he's pled to assault choking, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I don't understand how assault choking is accidental.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yes, I mean, because
Oh,
you're
sorry.
saying it was an
Oh.
accident. I don't know how you choke someone accidentally.
Oh, no, it was a misunderstanding. I mean, it was a misunderstanding.
How is choking someone a misunderstanding? And mind you, I'm just trying to figure out what you're trying to tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't understand how choking someone is an accident or how choking someone is a misunderstanding. Now, if somebody said, choke me, and you thought you heard them say choke me, and then you proceed to choke them, I can understand, oh, that's a misunderstanding. I thought you were telling me to choke you, but you didn't. So I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from.
I think you're referring to the whole incident. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You're referring to the incident, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have any kind of relationship with this woman?
No, I didn't.
Okay. How did this come about? Did she feel that she had a relationship with you, or what? Can you explain that to the court?
We was working on a business plan, and I guess our feelings got more in tune. She was trying to be more than what I was not that more. So
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying.
I said, we was working on a business plan, a business deal, and I guess her feelings got more involved in. She was trying to carry on a relationship, a business relationship with him. So, I mean, I feel like she was posting her son, like, I mean,
And if the court puts you on probation, how do you think this will help you and help your family?
it allowed me to rebuild what was taken away from me, what was like literally robbed from me. So, it's the steps I have to take. I mean, for me to be out here with my kids. I mean, I'll do whatever I have to take. I mean, I promise my kids that I would give them a remainder of my years. I mean, rebuild attention to them than what I've given them in the past.
No further questions.
So you said that this was all a misunderstanding, and I was reading in the PSI that you also said she did it to herself. Did you recall telling the PSI person that she did the choking to herself?
Yes, I didn't touch it. I mean,
Okay, so it's your position that she choked herself.
yes,
Okay. And you told the TAP evaluation officer that you smoke 8 blunts on a daily basis. Do you recall telling them that?
I used to,
Do you still smoke 8 blunts on a daily basis?
no, sir.
Okay. And do you think you have a drug problem or need drug treatment?
No, sir.
Okay. And have you been on probation before?
Yes, sir.
Have you always completed your probation successfully?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you've never had to have your probation extended?
I was on probation one time, I don't think so.
You've only been on probation once?
Yeah.
So were you put on probation in 1995 for assault bodily injury?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
So if the PSI says that you were, is that correct or incorrect?
Incorrect.
Okay, and you weren't put on probation in 2004 for possession of controlled substance PG 1 to 4 grams?
Question, no, sir.
So if the PSI says that, the PSI is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you weren't put on probation for driving while your license was suspended in 2000?
Yes.
That was the time you were on probation?
No, it's in 1994.
Okay. So the
Never.
2000 for,
I was on parole. I was in prison for parole. I was on parole.
which year did you go to prison?
2006,
But before that, no probation?
no probation.
Okay. So you were never revoked from probation
No, sir.
before that? Okay. No further questions.
All right, any follow-up question?
No, Your Honor. Rest.
All right, the court will hear argument, state.
Your Honor, I think according to the PSI, he has been on probation many times. He's been revoked from probation many times. I think he's come to the court and he's misrepresented his criminal history. Furthermore, he's minimizing his guilt. He says that he didn't do it. He says it's a misunderstanding. He even told the PSI officer that she choked herself and that any injuries she might have had, she caused to herself. I will also point out that to the extent that defense tries to argue he had a rough upbringing, he told the PSI officer that his childhood was blessed and that he doesn't need any kind of drug treatment. He also said he doesn't see how probation is going to help him, but he'll try. I think this is someone who doesn't want probation, doesn't want the kinds of services that are available to help improve somebody's life while they're on probation. And for that reason, the state is asking that you meet the cap at 7 years.
All right, defense.
No, you can't.
All right, if he wants to say something, I'm fine with him saying something.
You want to say
Counsel.
something? Go ahead.
When he was saying about the, it wouldn't help me. I was talking about the treatment of the classes, not as for the probation. The lady had called me again yesterday from the PSI, letting me know that she was typing too fast and some of the words got mixed up. And she called me again yesterday and was asking me more questions. Because when I did my PSI, she really wasn't understanding what I was saying. Before it's what she typed on the paper.
Okay. All right, defense.
Well, Your Honor, I think this case has been going on for quite a while. He hasn't been in any further trouble, Your Honor. I think this was an incident that occurred because I think the lady thought that she had a relationship with him and he did not want to. We're asking the court to put him on probation. I believe he knows that probation will help him. He'd like to do what he can to get a job, do what he can for his family and be there for his family. So we're asking the court to place him on probation.
All right. Mr. Jackson, I want you to know, I did look at everything. I just don't think that you're a good candidate for probation. What I'm going to do is find you guilty, and the previous judge found you guilty. Going to sentence you to $500 fine, time and money run concurrent. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Elizabeth Dahl. Take in consideration 2020 CR 2357, and I'll sentence you to 6 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Jackson, if you want, I can ask that you be referred to the therapeutic community. It does not increase the length of time that you're in custody, but it may be able to help you with any drug issues you may have. Do you understand? Would you like that or no?
Yes, I was trying to understand because
All right, thank you. Good luck to you. Court is calling 2023 CR 5651, State of Texas versus Shalice Schnitz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Shannon Locke for Shalice Schnitz.
And are you Ms. Schnitz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is in receipt of a motion to modify full house arrest. State, have you had a chance to review the motion?
Previously, we did, yes.
All right, are you in agreement with the motion?
No, we're not, Your Honor.
All right, defense, do you have any witnesses?
I do, Your Honor. I have, so we're really asking for two things. We're asking that she be allowed to pick up and drop off her children from school. And then additionally, we're asking that she be allowed to participate in outpatient alcohol treatment. We have the outpatient alcohol treatment provider here. We'd like to call him as a witness if we could.
Okay, all right, you can call whatever witness you'd like to call. All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Richard Paul Green III.
All right, defense?
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for a living?
I am a licensed therapist specializing in chemical dependency counseling. I'm the CEO of Precision Recovery in San
All right,
Antonio.
and just not to interrupt, but I'm aware of who the gentleman is. So if you want to
Can you
move past that, you
Sure.
can. If not, state if you want him to go into his credentials, you can.
That's all right.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you describe the program? Just briefly what we're here for.
Sure.
Ms. Schnitz is on full house arrest. And I'm asking, really, what we're all asking is how can she participate, or what kind of supervision does she need to participate in your program? And can you describe the program to the court that she has signed up for?
Yes, I can do so. Ms. Schmitz has voluntarily entered the Precision Recovery long-term treatment and monitoring program, specifically for felony DWI defendants. It's a long-term medically integrated program, which lasts 3 to 5 years. She will start with an intensive outpatient level of care, possibly partial hospitalization level of care, and then move through the program where she will see a professional at least at a minimum of once a week for the next 3 to 5 years.
Is this something that she can do? So is it more effective to be in person for those meetings or remote?
We do like to see our patients in person. We find it to be much more accurate. The monitoring part of the program is very intense. It's built on the modeled after the physician's help program and the airline pilot's HIMSS program. So it's a very high level of monitoring, and we really need to see people in person.
If the court made participating in your program a condition of bond, and Ms. Schnitz were to not complete the program, stop going, or begin using substances that were prohibited, would you be able to report that to pretrial and to the court?
We could and would report that to the court.
And what kind of monitoring can you provide in addition to right now she's on SCRIM and she's on the ignition interlock device?
So we would add to that LCMS urine drug screens weekly, randomly. We would also add a heart rate variability monitor to be worn 24/7. That shows us when there's issues with heart rate variability that the client or patient is under stress and maybe at risk of relapse. She would be on remote treatment monitoring, where we'd have our call center ready to call her. They would contact her 3 times a month regardless, but in case there's any issue. We'd be using a medical compliance device called by JerrySafe called MediTrust. That machine videotapes her compliance with her medication. She's already been prescribed naltrexone. When she's on the right therapeutic dose for naltrexone, and we'll be measuring that through laboratory tests to make sure it's at the right level, she won't get any reinforcing effects from alcohol if she did relapse on alcohol, and it will blunt the reinforcing effects of other substances as well. We'll be using a recovery app that is designed for the therapeutic courts, called Reconnect, where we can tell where she is 24/7. We can geofence her out of areas should the court or her treatment team decide to do so. We also can know whether she's attending her AA meetings, which is very important. We really strongly recommend she be present to an AA meeting at least twice a week. We can tell whether she's on time, whether she left early, and whether she's contacting people in her support group, including her Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor. That's just some of the monitoring we do. There's more than that, including outcome testing regularly.
And so could you just describe for the court what she needs to leave her house to participate in?
So she would need to leave her house to participate in Thursday night groups where we can run urinalysis weekly and check in for outcomes and for other signs and symptoms of any type of issue that would lead towards relapse, any, for lack of a better term, disruption in emotional sobriety. Beginning September 18th, the plan is to bring her into a partial hospitalization group where she would be at our clinic from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. So she needs some travel time in there. So probably from 8:30 at least till 6. Then after that, she'll be at a level of care of intensive outpatient where we'll be seeing her Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for 12 weeks. After that, we'll be seeing her on Mondays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in what's called supportive outpatient. She will be have physician appointments with our addiction medicine physician too. That schedule I don't know at this time. He would like to see her at least one time in person, and the rest can probably be handled through video.
And can you provide these schedules to missionaries who could then provide them to pretrial in advance?
Yes, absolutely.
I have no further questions. I'll pass it.
So this program is, what type of substance is the person addicted to?
They can be addicted to anything. Most of our patients have alcohol use disorder.
So they have to admit they have an alcohol dependency, particularly in this case.
Admit it?
Yeah.
Well, yes, they come around to it eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
denial.
denials usually there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get into all the clinical things.
Yeah.
But I mean, this program is, especially in this particular case of this client of yours, it's an alcohol dependency that she has.
We don't use the term dependency anymore. We say alcohol use disorder.
Okay. I mean, change the name, but it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And in this particular case, so do y'all make reports? What do y'all do? Do y'all make written findings?
We can do whatever the court would like. Usually for pretrial, we provide what that pretrial officer wants. Same thing with probation.
So if, anything's discussed, it can be in a report that's sent to the judge.
Yes, anything that's relevant to the public safety or the compliance of the patient with the program.
Okay. No further questions.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, I have a question. Any objections to the court asking questions?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
So you're able to do these meetings by Zoom?
We do have the capability. We'd rather not do anything other than medical follow-ups through Zoom. We definitely would like to have the first medical assessment in person. There's just certain things we need to be able to do, like palpitate the liver, et cetera, and look for physiological issues that are actually hands-on. We'd prefer to see all our patients in person. We've used Zoom in the past, and it's our belief that in person is much more effective.
All right. So the only thing that you may not be able to use, well, you do not use Zoom for, is for medical testing.
We cannot use Zoom for medical testing.
Okay.
Or
No,
laboratory testing.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure.
Yeah, we can't, we have not found a way to use laboratory testing or urine drug screens or quantitative EEGs, many different medical interventions we cannot use remotely.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Just to follow up, Alcoholics Anonymous in a remote setting, is it as effective in a remote setting as it is in person?
In my opinion, no. It really takes being there, being in the moment and sitting with people who can relate to who you are. But Alcoholics Anonymous is very important for treatment. And there was a great meta-analysis that was published in 2020 that shows that it may be the only thing that maintains long-term sobriety. And I can provide that study for the court if you'd like to see.
I've read it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate
I
that.
always try to keep up on all things treatment and anything really to do with the legal system. Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I try. All right. Thank you. Is there anything else?
Your Honor, just argument, I suppose.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to ask your client a couple of questions. Is there any objection?
Well, Your Honor,
Because there are things that I need to know.
okay, and
And if I don't know them,
I understand.
then,
I understand. I guess we'll see what the question.
all right. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Shalice Schnitz,
All right. How many children do you have?
3.
What are their ages?
I have a 22-year-old son with severe special needs, quadriplegic. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and I have a 6-year-old daughter.
All right. So who helps you with your children?
Patrick, who is my boyfriend. We've known each other for the past 10 years. He helps me, my family helps me, my mother and father, as well as some other supports.
Are they all here in Bear County?
No,
All right. So who's here in Bear County that helps you?
Patrick.
Okay. And what are the school hours for the 6-year-old? Does the 6-year-old take the bus or no?
No, ma'am, we live exactly 1 mile from the school, which is Wilderness Oak Elementary. And so we cannot obtain the bus permission for her to ride the bus because we're too close. So she has to be taken to school every morning. Drop off is between 7 and the tardy bell rings by 7:25. And then pickup is in the afternoon. The bell rings at 2:45 to start pickup. And then it just depends on how many cars and things are there to go through the line.
All right. And your 15-year-old, does the 15-year-old take the bus?
No, ma'am, she's at Reagan High School.
Mhm.
And she, their time is 8:30 to 9 to get to school. And the time that she gets out is 4:30 to 5.
So you do drop off with her?
Yes, I have split custody with her father, and we do that.
So if I were to allow you to do this thing at the clinic, how are you planning on taking the 15-year-old to school? Because the person testified that it's from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. So who's going to be taking the 9-year-old? I'm sorry, the 15-year-old,
I
if
can
I
make-
were to allow that.
I can make arrangements on the special days, Your Honor.
And Your Honor,
No. Still asking questions. So what would be your arrangements for the 15-year-old during that time?
I would probably ask one of the moms that's a friend of hers that has a child that goes to that school that I'm friends with, or something like that, just on a very short-term situation.
All right. Any other questions?
Helping say, John.
You also take her early.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't think of that. Yes, sir. I absolutely could do that.
Usually if you can get, you can get them anytime after 8,
Oh, sure. Yes, yes. Yes,
and that
I'm
would allow
sorry.
you enough time to.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
All right. Anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state.
All right. The court will hear argument.
Your Honor, we're hoping that you allow her to drop off and pick up her kids from school, obviously. I think the court's investigated that. I think
All right. So let's stop right there. State, do you have any objection with her being able to drop off her children?
Your Honor, just the severity of the allegations and the indictment, it's I believe a 14 count indictment of intox manslaughter, intox assault, aggravated assault, failure to stop an underage, causing to death, and failure to stop an underage, causing injury. The state would just be opposed to her driving it out.
Okay. And are you currently, well, I'm assuming she's currently driving.
No, ma'am.
she's on full house arrest, Your Honor. So to do the urinalysis, for example,
Well, no. So if she's on full house arrest, then we were here last time where the court allowed her to attend parenting night. How did she do that?
because we got specific.
No, we got permission, but how did she
Oh.
get to parenting?
Oh, Patrick was able to take me because it was after his work hours.
Okay. All
But-
right.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you mind if I say one more thing?
No.
Because of his work hours, he has a position at Southwest Research, which is entirely across town from our home and area. And he goes in early and he works later. So he could not manage to not be late to drop her off or not be late to work and also to pick her up because of his time involvement with work and the consideration with traffic and him driving across town. So that would leave me as the option to take and pick up.
All right. State, do you have any objections with her going if she's not driving?
No.
All right. That's what V is for.
There would be no way to take a bus. There's no bus in my area.
Mhm.
The school is 1 mile from my house.
Mhm.
And also, Your Honor, I have not been driving for over 5.5 months.
Mhm.
I have been to 30 days of full inpatient rehabilitation, which I was very successful at.
That's 30 days.
But Your Honor, I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
you can
Then I
continue.
also did a 12-week intensive outpatient program as well. And I have been perfectly I have not had any issues after that with any testing, with anything else in that time, Your Honor. And I am very committed to my sobriety and staying clean and doing the right thing, Your Honor. That is the most important thing, and my family. And if I have to pay for transportation currently on an Uber or a Lyft, because I do not have any family or anyone else that may take me. And Your Honor, that is costing me $900 a month. And Your Honor, I have come to the limits of my financial situation. I have no retirement. I have no savings. But I'm trying very hard, but financially, I cannot afford that. I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, there's no need to apologize. I want to hear what your circumstances are so I can make an informed decision. I always tell people if there is something I'm saying, but you want to respond to it, please respond to it, because if you're quiet, guess what? I don't know. So I appreciate you telling me what your financial circumstances are. Okay. All right. Anything else from the defense of the state?
Your Honor, as far as the treatment goes, I do think that it's important that you go in person. I will tell you, Your Honor, being on full house arrest with sole custody of a child, she's probably one of the loneliest people that you will see in your court. Being a part of a group of Alcoholics Anonymous is going to be a tremendous help to her. Being part of a recovery community that was described by Mr. Green is also going to be a tremendous help to her. So we would ask that she be allowed to do those things in person. as part of her recovery and pretrial release.
All right. So it's the court's understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, State, you have no objections with her attending treatment, no objections with her doing drop off, but you do not want her driving.
That's correct, Judge.
All right. So the court will allow you to attend all the treatment. The court will allow you to drop off and pick up your children, but you are not allowed to drive. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the state.
Can we, Your Honor, then get the ignition interlock device removed from her vehicle, because she's gonna have to give up. Right now she
It
has
to go back.
All right. If you file the motion, the court will hear it.
a separate hearing on that, Your Honor,
Pardon?
a separate hearing on
Yes.
that.
So I'll allow you to attend all medical appointments, all treatment appointments, all school functions. And I consider, when I say school function, I consider dropping your children off to school, picking your children up, going to their extracurricular activities. So all school functions, but there's to be no driving.
Your Honor, may I ask one question?
Sure.
May I walk to school?
Yes. Yes, you can walk,
Or ride a bike?
just no driving. State, do you have any objection to her riding a bicycle?
I can just walk. I don't have to ride a
No
bicycle.
objection to a bike, just as long as she's following the traffic laws around.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
For the Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Yes. All right. The court is calling 2022 CR 8174 State of Texas versus Robert Andrade. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
defense?
Raymond Martinez.
And are you Robert Andrade?
Yes,
You entered a plea on April 17th of no contest, applied for probation. You entered a plea to the lesser included offense of harassment as a Class B misdemeanor. According to the agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years, and the state is recommending community supervision. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
I have, Judge.
The state has been made a copy. I have not personally reviewed it.
All right. Any objections to the PSI report?
No, Your Honor.
Judge, Mr. Andrade says that between 2011 and 2017, he was in TDC. There appears to be some cases in the history during that period of time that don't belong to him. I think it's another person with the same name with a different SID number. So if there are any cases between 2011 and 2017, we do not claim those cases.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, Mr. Andrade has expressed numerous grievances in his pre-sentence investigation. I can say that I agree with most of them. We've been very frustrated with the.
Second, everyone, we are on the record. If you cannot whisper, you're going to have to stop talking and do not speak behind the court reporter. You may continue.
He's been very frustrated with the delays. Part of it was dismissals and reindictments, modifications of indictments. I will say it's not the state's fault. I think they had a complainant that was manipulating and abusing the system. Mr. Andrade at this point just wants it to be over. He has a Class B misdemeanor, which he's ultimately pled to, which carries a maximum of 6 months in the state in the county jail. He has more than that amount of time in jail, and he has over a year on a monitor. Very difficult time on the monitor, very difficult working, very difficult getting permissions. We've been here many times on monitor issues, all for us to come down to a Class B misdemeanor. So that's why he has frustration and grievances, and I understand them. He'd like to have this be over. So grudgingly, we will accept the plea agreement and ask the court to follow.
All right. Well, I mean, grudgingly, I mean, he accepted it. I don't do the adverbs or the adjectives. He accepted it. So I do see in the PSI report that the complainant has not prepared a victim impact statement, or it keeps promising that one will be done. All right, Mr. Andrade, you are employed, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, state, anything you wish to add?
No, Your Honor, we just asked that you follow the plea agreement.
All right, then, we're gonna go off the record for a moment. The punishment that you all are at. And Mr. Andrade, can I have you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. I need you to speak up. Could you state your name?
Yes, ma'am. Robert Andrade.
All right, Mr. Andrade, you do understand that the range of punishment for this offense at most is 180 days in the Bear County Jail?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that in the plea bargaining agreement, the state is asking that your punishment be assessed at 180 days in the Bear County Jail. But they're recommending probation. And they're asking that your probation be for a period of 2 years. Do you understand that if your probation were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 180 days in the Bear County Jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you understand that to be the plea bargaining agreement?
But I have more than 180 days.
No, I'm just telling you what the plea bargain agreement is, and I'm trying to figure it out if you understand it. So do you understand that if for any reason you were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 180 days in the Bear County Jail? All right, and you understand that to be your plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to all right. My understanding from Ms. Abrams is that the complainant has called in. She says she doesn't want to make a statement, but she does want $2,300. I don't know what the $2,300 would be for, but the court is not going to impose restitution without some documentation for restitution. So we can have a hearing on the restitution amount, but the court is not opposing restitution. I will say restitution, if any, and then counsel, if restitution is given in the form of documentation and you want to contest that, we can have a hearing on that.
And Judge, just for the court's benefit, she does address that in her comments that she wants some compensation, what she calls it, I guess, for being harassed.
If I could shed some light on it, obviously this was a reduction there was a grander scheme of things that led into this case, and one of them was damage to her property, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so court is going to sentence you to 180 days in the Bear County Jail, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's to be no contact with Heidi Coleman. Restitution, if any, to Heidi Coleman. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. The BIPP course. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular UAs. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. And probation, I'll do one field visit. And if everything is okay with that field visit, then the probation can discontinue the field visits. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Mr. Andrade, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, just remain in the courtroom. Probation will go over conditions with you.
And Judge, just so that everybody's clear, is he now released from pretrial conditions, including the GPS monitoring?
State, do you have any objections to the removal of GPS?
At this time. No.
All right, can I see the phone? All right, what is happening with this case?
We're ready for trial. We're ready for trial.
Do you have all the discovery?
Today, not today, but. On a later date.
All right, do y'all have all the discovery? That's what I want to know.
Assuming I do, I would sign whatever they give me.
All right, so if you can give him the discovery acknowledgement. And has an offer been tendered?
Yes. Reject.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Recall Ms. Soria in 2 weeks for a plea deadline date,
August when?
August 31st. August 31st will be your plea deadline date. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. After that date, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, yeah.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. It's always good seeing you.
Well, sometimes I say the same thing that
I like that.
I was teasing you.
I know.
15 লাখ টাকা পেয়ে গেলেন এরপর কি করবেন?
আমি নিজের নামে একটা রেস্টুরেন্ট ওপেন করতে চাই, এটা করতে পারবো, এটা করতে পারবো।
15 লক্ষ টাকায় রেস্টুরেন্ট হবে না তো।
8 বছর চাকরি করেছি মানবাধিকার সংস্থায়। চাকরি চলাকালীন আমি কোনো কিছু শিখতেও পারছিলাম না, এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে আগাতেও পারছিলাম না, সেজন্য আমি চাকরি ছেড়েছি, এটাতে আগাবো বলে। আমার রেসিপির নাম হলো ভেলভেটি কোকোয়া ক্রেভিং।
জান্নাত কি করেন আপনি?
আমার একটা অনলাইন পেজ আছে যেখানে বাসায় ফুড বানিয়ে সেটা কি বলে সেল করি। কারিগরি প্রশিক্ষণ কেন্দ্র থেকে কয়েকটা বেকিং এবং কুকিংয়ের উপরে সার্টিফাইড কোর্স করেছি এবং বর্তমানে এখন ডিপ্লোমা কালিনারি ম্যানেজমেন্টের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা করছি।
কেন এত পড়াশোনা করেছেন কালিনারি নিয়ে?
নিজেকে একজন প্রফেশনাল শেফ হিসেবে দেখতে চাই।
যখন প্রফেশনাল শেফ হয়ে যাবেন, আমি লাস্ট 7 বছর ঈদে কখনো ছুটি নেইনি। সো ঈদ কমপ্লিটলি গন, হলিডেজ কমপ্লিটলি গন। ফ্যামিলি এটা রাজি হবে? ফ্যামিলি মানবে?
আমি 8 বছর চাকরি করেছি মানবাধিকার সংস্থায়। চাকরি চলাকালীন আমি কোনো কিছু শিখতেও পারছিলাম না, এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে আগাতেও পারছিলাম না, সেজন্য আমি চাকরি ছেড়েছি, এটাতে আগাবো বলে। আর চাকরি যখন করেছি তখন আমার ছেলেকে আমার মা, আমার বোন, ওরা হলো কি দেখাশোনা করেছে।
আপনার কেন মনে হচ্ছে যে সেরা রাঁধুনি সেই প্ল্যাটফর্ম যেটা আপনাকে শেফ হতে সাহায্য করবে?
যারা এই কালিনারি জগতে আসতে চায় তাদের জন্য একটা সেরা প্ল্যাটফর্ম হলো সেরা রাঁধুনি। সব কিছু একটা শক্ত হাতের প্রয়োজন হয় কোনো কিছুতে সামনে আগিয়ে যেতে, তো আমার কাছে শক্ত হাত সেই সেরা রাঁধুনিটা।
শেফ আমরা কি করতে পারি বলেন?
নিয়ে যাই
ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিয়ে।
ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিয়ে দিচ্ছি।
4 বছরের অপেক্ষা।
কি নাম তোমার?
ফাতেমা খাতুন ঋতু।
কি বানিয়েছো আজকে?
ডেজার্ট বানিয়েছি হানি সানফ্লাওয়ার। আমি এখানে বাকলাভা করছি ক্রিম চিজ দিয়ে, যেখানে আমি ক্রিম চিজে ইউজ করেছি হানি।
সো দিস ইজ আ বাকলাভা।
বাকলাভা এবং চিজ,
আউটার লেয়ারটা বাকলাভা
এবং উপরে চিজ কেক,
চিজ কেক, এন্ড দেন দিস
দম চিকেন, আর ওইটা নান বানাইছি আমি।
এই দুটো রেসিপি থেকে যদি যে কোনো একটা সিলেক্ট করতে হয়, আমি যদি বলি আপনাকে আমি একটার জন্য মার্ক করব, সেটা কি হবে?
তাহলে বাকলাভা চিজ কেক।
কেন?
বাকলাভা আমার বেকিং খুব ভালো লাগে করতে।
কয়েকটি কুইজিনের নাম বলেন।
আচ্ছা, মানে আমি ইতালিয়ান, তারপর এইভাবে বলবো কি পাস্তা, তারপর পিৎজা। ইন্ডিয়ান কুইজিনের মধ্যে আসে বিরিয়ানি, তারপর হলো বিভিন্ন ধরনের রায়তা, রাবড়ি, এগুলা। আর টার্কিশ ডেজার্ট করেছি, টার্কিশ ডেজার্টে বাকলাভা তো আসেই। থাই কুইজিনে হলো টমিয়াম স্যুপ আছে, তারপরে হলো থাই ফ্রাইড রাইস আছে। একটু
লেটস সে আমরা আপনাকে আজকে সিলেক্ট করলাম, আপনি শোতে এসে শো জিতে গিয়েছেন,
ওকে,
15 লাখ টাকা পেয়ে গেলেন, এরপর কি করবেন?
আমি নিজের নামে একটা রেস্টুরেন্ট ওপেন করতে চাই, এটা করতে পারবো, এটা করতে পারবো।
15 লক্ষ টাকায় রেস্টুরেন্ট হবে না তো?
যতটুকু হোক,
বাকিটা
ছোট হোক বা বড় হোক, যতটুকু হোক আমি করব।
যদি আজকে এখানে সুযোগ না পান তাহলে কি আপনার জার্নিটা থেমে যাবে?
না না না, অবশ্যই না, আমি আবার চেষ্টা করব।
আই লাইক দ্য স্পিরিট। আপনার ফুডের টেস্ট ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
এখন খুশি হতে পারেন। আপনাকে যখন 15 লাখ টাকা জিতেছেন, আপনি ইমাজিন করতে বলছে আপনি অনেক খুশি হয়ে গিয়েছিলেন।
না না, এমন কিছু না। ঢাকা অবধি যাই তখন হয়তো ইমাজিন করতে পারবো যে আমি অনেকটা একটা ধাপ হলেও এগিয়ে আসতে পারছি।
ইমাজিন করেন আপনি ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়ে গিয়েছেন।
হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা,
পেয়ে গিয়েছেন।
সত্যি?
জি, চলে আসুন।
ঠিকই জানি আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাধুনী।
chân thật và kiên nhẫn con mang theo gieo thiện lương muôn phương bằng cả trái tim thiên thần còn nhìn thấy khắp nơi mẹ ơi. Trên trời cao con rớt xuống đầy khóc được làm em bé xíu của mẹ này dịu dàng mẹ cười đón thiên thần đáng yêu. Mình đang tô bằng cái màu đỏ nhá, một cái màu đỏ tươi rất là lộng lẫy cho chú công này với bộ lông dài. Mình đã tô xong cái phần đuôi
là màu tím và màu đỏ nha. Mình sẽ tô đôi chân với cái màu nâu. Đây là cái màu nâu nha. Tới cái phần chân là cái màu nâu nè. Bộ lông dài, bộ đuôi dài lên nó sẽ che hết cả cái phần chân của chú công này nha. Mình sẽ tô phần lông trên bằng cái màu vàng. Vàng và cam kết hợp.
ওয়াও মনে হয়, ভিজুয়ালি দেখতে অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি। ঢাকা অডিশনের জন্য একটু টেনশন হচ্ছে নেক্সট রাউন্ডে আমি যেতে পারবো কিনা।
আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাধুনী।
সুরাইয়া পারভিন, কি বানিয়েছেন আপনি?
আমি একটি ডেজার্ট নিয়ে এসেছি আজকে, লেয়ার কার্ড ফ্যান্টাসি।
আমি জানি না টেস্ট কেমন, আমি জাস্ট আপনার প্লেটিংটা দেখেই ওয়াও মনে হয়। ডেজার্ট ছাড়া আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন আর কি বানাতে পারেন?
থাই, চাইনিজটা পারি।
থাই আর চাইনিজ কুইজিনের মধ্যে পার্থক্যটা কি বলতে পারবেন?
কিছুটা কাছাকাছি, কারণ এই দুটার মধ্যে আপনার যেই জিনিস প্রোডাক্টগুলো আমরা ইউজ করি প্রায় একই রকম।
অনেকটা ডিফারেন্স আছে। থাই খুব ঝাল হয়, চাইনিজ অত ঝাল হয় না। আর থাইতে প্রচুর কোকোনাট ইউজ করে, চাইনিজে অত কোকোনাট ইউজ হয় না। এছাড়াও এরকম অনেক উদাহরণ আছে
জি
দুটো ফুডের মধ্যে।
জি।
সেরা রাঁধুনিতে কেন এসেছেন?
আমি মনে করি ম্যাম সেরা রাঁধুনি একটা হচ্ছে বিশাল বড় একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম, যেখানে নিজেকে আমি উপস্থাপন করতে পারবো সবার সামনে, আমি আমার প্রতিভাকে দেখাতে পারবো। ফিউচারে আমার খুব ইচ্ছা নিজেকে একজন সফল উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে তৈরি করা। আমি মনে করি সেরা রাঁধুনি আমাকে সেই প্ল্যাটফর্মটা আমাকে তৈরি করে দিল।
আজকে যদি আমরা আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড না দিই তাহলে আপনার কেমন লাগবে?
ভালো খারাপ দুইটাই লাগবে। কার্ড পেলে ভালো লাগবে, না পেলে ইনশাল্লাহ পরের বার আরও ভালোভাবে চেষ্টা করে আসবো।
আপনি তো আমাদের আগের চ্যালেঞ্জেসগুলো দেখেছেন, অনেক ইন্টারন্যাশনাল, অনেক ফিউশন, অনেক ডিফারেন্ট টাইপ অফ চ্যালেঞ্জেস থাকে। সো আপনার মনে হয় আপনি রেডি?
ইয়েস, আমি রেডি।
তাহলে চলে আসেন, আপনাকে আমরা একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিতে চাচ্ছি।
থ্যাংক ইউ শেফ। ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি, ভালো লাগছে। জাজরা আমার ফুড খেয়ে অনেক প্রশংসা করেছে। ঢাকা অডিশনের জন্য একটু টেনশন হচ্ছে নেক্সট রাউন্ডে আমি যেতে পারবো কিনা।
সীমানা যতই হোক দেয়ালে ঘেরা, এ আমারই মঞ্চ, জানি আমি সেরা।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম।
আমি শারমিন সাবালিনা। আমি আজকে নিয়ে এসেছি পিনা কোলাডা পাইনাপেল কেক।
ভিজুয়ালি দেখতে অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
কি করেন?
একাডেমিক পড়াশোনা শেষ করেছি আমি, আর বর্তমানে আমি কালিনারি আর্টসের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা করছি। আর হোমমেড একটা খাবারের বিজনেস আছে যেটা আমি আমাদের এলাকাতে রান করছি।
শামিন, আপনি কোকোনাট ইউজ করেছেন এখানে?
না শেফ।
পিনা কোলাডাতে কিন্তু কোকোনাট যায়। ইটস আ মিক্সচার অফ পাইনঅ্যাপল এন্ড
কোকোনাট।
আমার কাছে মানে কেকের টেস্টটা বেশ ভালো লেগেছে।
আমার কাছেও কেকের টেস্টটা ভালো লেগেছে। ইটস নট টু সুইট, দেয়ার ইজ পাইনঅ্যাপল when you call it
জুসি।
থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
আপনি এটা ছাড়া আর কি রান্না করতে পারেন? ঝাল খাবার কি রান্না করতে পারেন?
বিরিয়ানি, কাবাব, হচ্ছে মুঠি কাবাব, শামি কাবাব, ইন্টারন্যাশনাল জালি কাবাব।
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কোনো খাবার
যেমন চাইনিজের মধ্যে ফ্রাইড রাইস, চিলি চিকেন, ওনথন, থাই স্যুপ, এগুলো সব পারি।
চাইনিজের মধ্যে তো থাই আসে না।
আসছে না।
আমি জানি আপনি জানেন, বাট আপনি নার্ভাস কেন এত?
প্রথমবার আমার অডিশন তো সেই জন্য।
আগে কেন আসেন?
আগে আমি মানে গত সিজন আমি ভাবছিলাম যে দিব, তারপর ভাবলাম যে না, আমি একটু কাঁচা আসছি, এখানে তো দেখি অনেক সব দক্ষ সবাই আসে, ওই জন্য আমি ভাবছিলাম একটু ভালো মতো শিখে তারপর যাই, সেই জন্য।
আপনার মনে হয় আপনি এবারের জন্য রেডি?
হ্যাঁ।
আমার মনে হয় আমি রেডি আছি এবারের জন্য।
তাহলে আমরাও রেডি। আসেন আপনাকে একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দেই।
থ্যাংক ইউ শেফ।
চমক দেখাতে
সেরা রাঁধুনির ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি আর আশা করছি গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনের জন্য সিলেক্ট হব ইনশাল্লাহ। এটা পেয়েছি, এটাতে অনেক খুশি লাগছে। ইনশাল্লাহ গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনের জন্য সিলেক্ট হলে আরো বেশি খুশি হব।
Insan ơi, Insan ơi, chuẩn bị dán đi kia đi. Mình đã tô xong 6 cái bông hoa trang trí ở cái lọ này nhá. Giờ mình sẽ tô đến cái phần thân của lọ hoa này, cái bình hoa này nhá, với cái màu tím này. Mình sẽ tô từ phần đáy lên. Lâm này. Chỉ phát phát này thôi. Một cái bình hoa với cái màu tím nhá. Vẫn ngủ hay là thức rồi? Mình đang tô cái phần bình hoa với cái màu tím nhá. Phần những bông hoa trang trí trên bình, 6 bông hoa mình đã tô bằng màu đỏ rồi nha. Không đặt được à? với cái bình màu tím rất là mộng mơ nha.
আপনার রাইস যেটা জি খুব যে খারাপ হয়েছে সেটা না
On top of that, it is slightly overcooked.
আমার নাম প্রীতি ইসলাম। আমি আজকে কোকোনাট রাইস রান্না করেছি, কোকোনাট রাইস উইথ গ্রিল চিকেন অ্যান্ড কোরিয়ান্ডার সস, সাথে পামকিনের আরেকটা সস দিয়েছি। ডিজার্টে দিয়েছি বাহারি মোহনভোগ।
আপনার মানে এই যে রেসিপি জি সব কিছু মিলিয়ে কি মনে হয় সেরা রাঁধুনিতে পার্টিসিপেট করার জন্য এটা দিস ইজ বেস্ট রেসিপি?
জি, আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে এটা বেস্ট হবে।
প্রীতি, ফার্স্ট থিং আমি আপনাকে টেকনিক্যাল জিনিসটা বলি,
Yeah, sure.
ঠিক আছে? ইটস ভেরি ড্রাই। সেকেন্ড জিনিস হলো গিয়ে হোল রোস্ট ইজ নট দি আইডিয়াল থিং টু ডু ওয়েন ইউ আর সার্ভিং দিস অ্যাট আ রেস্টুরেন্ট অর এরকম একটা কুকিং শোতে। ইউ ডোন্ট এক্সপেক্ট দ্য জাজেস অর দ্য কাস্টমার এটাকে কেটে নেবে। অন টপ অফ দ্যাট ইট ইজ স্লাইটলি ওভারকুকড।
এখন একটু আমরা টেস্ট করে দেখি। আপনার রাইস যেটা জি খুব যে খারাপ হয়েছে সেটা না, ভালো, থ্যাংক ইউ। আর ডেজার্টটাও মাইল্ড, মানে মিষ্টির ব্যালেন্সটা ভালো আছে। জি জি। কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হয় কি যে যখন আমরা অডিশনে আসি তখন এতগুলো জিনিস দিয়ে আসলে অডিশন না।
আমি
দরকার
জেনেছি
ছিল
কারণ
না।
আমি হচ্ছে ফুল প্ল্যাটারটাই সার্ভ করতে
ঠিক আছে,
এটা আমার ইন্টেনশন ছিল।
এতগুলো না দিয়েও আপনি শুধু একটার উপর যদি ফোকাস দিতেন
জি জি,
তাও মনে হয় আপনার
আমি
বেস্ট হতো।
সবগুলোর উপরে সমান ফোকাস দিয়েছি। বাই মিস্টেকেনলি একটু ফল্ট হয়েছে হয়তো, কিন্তু আমি চেষ্টা করছি খুব যত্ন করে করার অ্যাকচুয়ালি।
আসলে যত্নের ছোঁয়া এখানে আছে আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি, এবং রেসিপির মধ্যেও আমার কাছে ভিন্নতা লেগেছে, আর কিছু টেকনিক্যাল ফল্ট আছে। তো আমার মনে হয় ওইগুলো যদি একটু কারেকশন করা যায় তাহলে ইট ওয়াজ গুড।
প্রীতি, দ্য চিকেন হ্যাজ ফ্লেভার, চিকেনটা মজা, সসটাও মজা, রাইট? বাট বেসিকে প্রবলেম হয়ে গেছে। বেসিক ইজ আপনার কুকিংটাই তো ওভারকুকড।
আমাকে অ্যাকচুয়ালি পোলট্রি চুজ করতে হতো মেবি এই ক্ষেত্রে।
ফার্মের মুরগি ইউজ করলে মনে হয়
পোলট্রিটা
জি।
বেশি জুসি।
অফ কোর্স।
আমার এটা ফল্ট হয়েছে, এটা আমি বুঝছি।
প্রীতি, আই থিঙ্ক ওভারঅল টেস্ট ভালো আছে অ্যান্ড আই থিঙ্ক ইটস আ গুড এফোর্ট। উই ওয়ান্ট টু গিভ ইউ আ চান্স। ঠিক আছে,
থ্যাংক ইউ,
ওয়েট করেন, আসেন আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড হবে।
আমার খুবই ভালো লাগছে যে আমি ওয়েটিং কার্ডটা পেয়ে গেছি। আমি কিন্তু কনফিডেন্ট ছিলাম যে আমি ওয়েটিং কার্ডটা পাবো, আর আমি এখন অপেক্ষায় আছি নেক্সট রাউন্ডে ঢাকা যাওয়ার জন্য। আমি আশাবাদী যে আমি ঢাকা পর্যন্ত যেতে পারবো।
Mình đang tô phần lông của chú vịt mẹ với cái màu tím nha. Chú Khắc ơi, cái giấy khai sinh đấy có cần ngay hôm nay không? Hôm nay cháu không đi công chứng được, nếu mà cần ngay thì phải dùng bản sao. Nhưng mà hơi tiếc bản sao vì hôm đấy nhà cháu làm có mấy cái. Tưởng là chưa cần ngay để mai cháu đi công chứng thì lấy bản công chứng. Nhưng mà nếu cần ngay thì để lại nộp bản sao vậy. Bản sao hôm đấy nhà cháu lại làm hơi ít. Làm có 5 cái thì lại nộp hôm trước một cái rồi hôm nay 2 cái nữa là 3 cái. Thế thôi đưa luôn, hôm nào cháu lại đi làm vậy. Tưởng là chưa cần gấp ấy thì là để cháu công chứng thì nó dễ hơn. Công chứng thì công chứng ở đâu cũng được, nhưng mà bản sao thì phải đúng ủy ban. Vâng, cần luôn thì lấy luôn. Vâng. Thế chú nhé. Mình đã tô xong với cái màu tím rồi nha. Mình sẽ cắt cái màu tím lên đi. Với phần lông của chú vịt con mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu vàng nha. Với cái phần mỏ và phần chân cũng vẫn là cái màu nâu. Mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu nâu này.